Comprehension questions for 5-year-olds. This is the third in a series of programs, but also can be utilised as a single standalone program. It has been designed by speech pathologists and it targets Marion Blank's level 3 and 4 questions. This program aims to train educators and parents to ask targeted, specifically designed, developmentally appropriate questions, and importantly to evaluate the quality and the content of the child's response. There are 42 recommended picture books contained within this program. Corresponding with each picture book is a specifically scripted speech pathology comprehension questions card. Within each card, at the top there is a reminder: children learn best when picture books are read and reread. Read this picture book to your child every day, but ask a different set of questions. There are day 1 questions, day 2 questions, day 3 questions, and day 4 questions. An important part of this program is the adequate and inadequate responses. So the speech pathologists have identified developmentally appropriate questions such as this: how did the caterpillar fix his stomach ache? And what is an age-appropriate response for this age range? And what is an immature, delayed response that may be elicited from a child? When children provide immature responses or inadequate responses, what the supporting adult needs to tune in and focus on that content and the quality of what they've said, and engage by either, I'm going to have a go at asking you that question again, repeating the question, rephrasing the question in simplistic terms so that the question is more understandable to the child, providing the child with 2 alternatives to choose from, modelling the correct answer, and then asking that child again. So what would you do if you had a tummy ache? And if the child says, well, I don't have a tummy ache, or starts to respond about the caterpillar, well, would you come and tell mummy if you had a tummy ache? Would you lie down if you had tummy ache? Would you ask mummy if there was some medicine for your tummy ache? What would you do if you had a tummy ache? Providing some models and then asking the child again. Within the comprehension questions pack, there are progress checks. These will provide evidence of skill development, but also can be used as supporting evidence when referring to a speech pathologist. Given that comprehension question ability is associated with later reading comprehension, this program will show educators and caregivers how to facilitate developmentally appropriate comprehension ability and ultimately to set our children up for success. The 5-year-old Comprehensions questions program has been written by speech pathologists for use in schools and in the home. The program focuses primarily on blank level 3 and 4 questions, the questions that require higher order thinking and are slightly more sophisticated than those questions found in previous programs. After choosing a book from the recommended picture book list contained within the program, read the picture book 2-3 times so that children are familiar with that picture book. It's then time to choose the relevant card that matches with the picture book and to ask questions. With each question, there are a set of adequate or age-appropriate responses and a range of inadequate or non-age appropriate or immature responses that may be elicited by the child. So, here's our question. Why is Arthur practicing to be a snake? You might elicit an inappropriate response such as, he wants to be a snake. He likes being a snake. He's playing a game. All immature and inadequate answers. So, turn over your sheet and apply one of the techniques listed on the back. Arthur's practicing to be a snake because he wants someone to buy him. Yes, so he wants to be popular and then he'll have a new home to live in. After children learn to respond appropriately and give sufficient answers to questions for 5-year-olds. They're in a great position to have appropriate reading comprehension levels when they start reading more complex text. If you found this information useful, don't forget to click the subscribe button and check out our related videos shown here. If you have any questions or feedback, please add them to the comments below and we'll be sure to respond. Otherwise, you can reach us via live chat on our website, pld-literacy.org. Thanks again for viewing.